You look to the stars of the NBA. It's a star league. It's all about the stars. We hear that all the time. It's a players' league. It's all about the superstars. So how much of the blame pie, I'm going to divvy up the blame pie, how much of the blame pie goes to Giannis Antetokounmpo, the headliner there for Milwaukee? So he gets half the blame pie. I'm giving him half of it, 50%. Now, my thoughts, you've got the front porch, the water park, and the axe. And we'll tie all of these things together into a passable MALLER monologue, but you'll be the judge of that. So, A, this has been an epic implosion by Milwaukee. And remember, the media is reactionary. After the Bucks looked pretty good in the opening round of the playoffs, the narrative was, oh, listen, Milwaukee improved their roster. They're playoff ready. This is a better Bucks team than it's been in recent years. Oh, yeah? Okay. Check back on me. Let's revisit those comments. Inexcusable. And it's not even that you lose the game, because you're going to lose. Most teams don't sweep or get swept. You're going to lose occasionally. But the gutless, lethargic nature, the lifeless approach to basketball is so unbecoming. What are you doing? Listen, Brooklyn's a very good team, and they're the favorite. The gambling market says Brooklyn's going to win the championship this year, but you were given a brass ring opportunity if you're the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The gift of injury. Now, you didn't want James Harden to get hurt, wink, wink, nod, nod, but he did get hurt. Down for the count, bad hammy. In the first minute of game one, he goes down. And that sound you heard was opportunity knocking. Opportunity was right there knocking. And the Milwaukee Bucks said, you know what? I don't want to even check out on the front porch and see who's out on the front porch. I'm not going to listen. I'm going to cover my ears and my eyes and the whole thing. And so they missed the opportunity. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the face of that team. One of the top players of this generation. He gets the glory. He also gets the blame. It goes with the territory. And you're a multi-time most valuable player. That's on your resume. People love these resumes, what's on your Wikipedia page. And here he was in a spot where the Bucks needed to keep from drowning, and he was unable to keep them afloat in that first half. And really, it's all about the first half. And who cares what happened in the second half? Antetokounmpo had just 6 points on 3 of 8. He only took 8 shots in the first half. Now, that wouldn't have been a problem if the Bucks were playing well. They were not. They were not. The game was finito and done at halftime. And while the final numbers don't look all that bad for Antetokounmpo, he had 18 points and 11 rebounds. Again, at halftime, he had just 6 points. 6 points as the game got away. And B, Giannis being the brightest star, right? Being the one atop the marquee there in Milwaukee, and he sucked at a time you cannot suck. He's gotta do better. Now he's got plenty of blame, and play the blame game. And I know Mike Budenholzer is a popular villain, and it's always easy just to point the finger at him. But this was a collective malaise that the Milwaukee team was in. You look around the Bucks locker room, and I don't know what they've been doing in the greater New York area there. They've been staying. I think these teams usually stay in Manhattan and take the trip over to Brooklyn to play the Nets, but it seems like they've enjoyed a nice trip to the water park, because that first quarter and the second quarter, and really the entire game, but I stopped paying attention at halftime, was a case of the Bucks lounging on the lazy river. They were floating around having a cocktail, floating on an inner tube around the lazy river. Chris Middleton, I think he missed 8 straight shots at one point. He had 4 turnovers in the first half. He finished with a plus-minus of -30, which was the worst on the Bucks. And Drew Holiday took some absolute boneheaded shots. He's supposed to be the floor general. He's supposed to be the guy that makes the good decisions. Didn't move the ball, came down, dribble, shoot. Dribble, shoot. Had a plus-minus of -27 while he was out there. And it's problems creating problems, right? It's popcorn problems. Things popping up in the air everywhere, because you had the lackluster defense. It was the toughness of cookie dough. All of this without James Harden. And that defense by Milwaukee, I don't want to exaggerate, I don't dabble in exaggeration, but the Nets offense for stretches of that game too looked like the Harlem Globetrotters against the Washington Generals. And James Harden wasn't even there, right? He wasn't playing. We're talking about a first half in particular when you built up a 27-point lead. You shot almost 60% from the floor and almost 55% on the money ball land. And they just added on in the second half, extra scoops in the second half. But you have to purposely try to blow, to fall behind by 49 points. If you put any kind of effort in, a good professional basketball team in a postseason game should never, ever fall behind by 49 points unless you have raised the white flag, unless that's the case. And it makes you wonder, right? Giannis was unwilling, unable to rise up as the MVP of multiple seasons. And you wonder if there was a moment there he was like, what have I done here? Now, he got the generational contract. He got the mega max from Milwaukee. And he's richer than rich. He's aristocrat rich. But from a purely basketball standpoint, what the heck is going on? He must be looking around saying, wow. Like, and he was bad, and he's got to take the most part, the biggest portion of the blame pie. But there are some guys there that were just thieves in the night. You talk about racketeering. My God. All right, last word here. So what happens now? We are at a crossroads for the Bucks. Now, obviously, you have to go back and figure out whether they're going to try to scratch and claw and get back in this series. It's impossible, you would say, to imagine the Nets losing 4 of the next 5 games, considering that they don't have James Harden, and they looked even better without James Harden, right? It's hard to imagine they're going to get worse. Now, I'm not a big believer in the whole home court thing. I don't think the altitude in Milwaukee is going to be an issue. Maybe the players on the Nets are allergic to cheese, and that'll be a problem. But Giannis Antetokounmpo and the rest of these bums, you talk about some introspection. Right? Are you going to fight? Are you going to give up? Because they gave up. That's a team that quit. They quit. That's embarrassing. I'm not a Bucks fan. I got no skin in the game. No skin in the game. But have some competitive spirit. At least be a worthy opponent. And so far, the early voting indicates that they don't have the competitive spirit. They're not going to fight. They're going to give up. And the Bucks I saw, maybe it was only my television, but what I saw on my boob tube, they looked like they were ready to throw the axe into the lake and issue an unconditional surrender and just scream from the top of the mountain, "Uncle," right? Scream it, overwhelmed. Now, Milwaukee, they go back home. They take care of home court. The pressure, the pendulum swings back to Brooklyn. Don't hold your breath. We have seen no evidence that the Bucks getting that nice diet of cheese curds is going to save the day here based on what we've seen in the first 2 games of this series. This looks like a tremendous mismatch, and I don't see that changing. But obviously, Milwaukee, it's up to them to change it. Mike Budenholzer, the embattled coach of the Bucks, and he is dead man coaching at this particular point, and he pointed out the Bucks team he coached sucked.
There's certain places we want to attack, certain guys we want to attack with. We didn't play very well overall, first quarter, the whole game. Yeah, so I think we got to play better from start to end.
Yeah. All right, now Budenholzer did call out Giannis Antetokounmpo as I noticed my basketball mind, my high basketball IQ. I said, why is Giannis not taking over? The team's falling behind by more and more, and he's very passive. Here is Budenholzer pointing out that the top player on the Bucks probably should be doing a little bit more.
We need Giannis to be aggressive. He needs space to operate and work. It's something we've been doing all year. We got to, just work on it, make the spacing a little better for him, for Drew, for Chris.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, you were doing that during the season, but you were doing that against like the Charlotte Hornets and against the bottom feeder teams in the NBA. But now you're playing a good team in the Nets in a 7-game series. Now here's Giannis, the back-to-back MVP of the NBA here, pointing out the Bucks, the path the Bucks must go down now as they return home.
At the end of the day, we got to take care of business and we take game at a time. But I really do not want to hear we got to win 2 at home. We got to win 1 at home. We got to win the first game. We got to get in game 3 to give everything we can to pull through that one, and then game 4 we'll do the same thing. But we got to focus on game 3 right now. Obviously, we have the opportunity to do that, and that's all you can ask for. I'm happy for that.
Well, that was right out of like an old movie. That was rat-a-tat-tat cliches there. Man, that's like an old Bull Durham scene there. You got to understand your cliches. You got to go through your cliches, progress through your cliches. And is that worthy of a cliche count? Should we play that Giannis clip again here? That was a lot of cliches. But let's count. I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna say, how long was that soundbite, Roberto? What are we looking at here?
26 seconds.
26 seconds. The first half was cliche heavy. I'm gonna say there were 8 cliches. I'm gonna go 8. Anyone want to go higher or lower? Higher or lower, the same.
7 was the number I had in my head.
All right, Coop had 7. Roberto, what do you think?
8 for Kobe.
All right, Kobe. There you go. That's right. And why not his other number? Why not 24?
That's too many.
That's too many. Okay, that's a fair point, and I don't think Eddie's paying attention. So, all right, play it again. Hit that button right there. Here we go.
At the end of the day, we got to take care of business, and we take game at a time.
3.
I really do not want to hear we got to win 2 at home. We got to
4.
win 1 at home. We got to win the first game.
5.
We got to get in game 3 to give everything we can to pull through that one, and then game 4 we'll do the same thing. But we got to focus on game 3 right now.
7.
Obviously, we have the opportunity to do that, and that's all you can ask for. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, give or
7.
No, Eddie. No, it was more than 7. It was like 8
7.
or 9.
I think it was 7.
Yeah, I think it was 7.
No. Play it again.
I hit it right.
Play it again. Play the bite again. End of the day.
Take care of business.
Take care of business. 2 cliches.
Game at a time.
3.
I really do not want to hear we got to win 2 at home. We got to win 1 at home. We got to win the first game. We got to get in game 3 to give everything we can to pull through that one, and then game 4 we'll do the same thing. But we got to focus on game 3 right now.
6.
Obviously, we have the opportunity to do that, and that's all you can ask for. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I had 8. I had 8.
7.
I had 8. I had 8.
7.
A solid 8.
It was not 8.
No, it was 8.
Are you kidding, Roberto?
Are you kidding me right now? I said 8.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
said
God.
8. It's 8.
I said 8.
The number's
Stop.
8. The cliche
I said
counter's at 8.